Hi guys, it's Beck here. I'm going to wait for a little while just to see if anyone hops on. I've just been on Facebook on the Project Life Australia page, and there's just been a little bit of conversation around how we move forward for the new year. Where do we start when we've got lots and lots of work to go back on? And so I'm just going to have a little bit of a chat soon about that. So what I might do is what will I do? This is the thing about live. You have to think on your feet. I'm just looking at what some people have done. If there's anyone joining us, I think that Sue from the making table might pop over in a second. I'm waiting for you people. So anyway, what I'll do is I will just show you what I've achieved in the last little while, or what I'm setting out to do. I'll just have a look at this page. Oh good, Sue is joining. Right, so what I've spent some time doing this morning, lucky me, I'm looking after a friend's daughter this morning, and when the kids are together, they actually play really well. Hey, Sue. So because these girls are playing really well together and Sam is joining them nicely, I've got some actual quiet, which is awesome. So this morning I've spent time looking at my 2015 and 2016 to see exactly what it is I've got to do. And you can see from this that there is lots that I need to do. The highlighting means I have done it, and where there's no highlighting, that means I haven't done that week. So 2015 and 16, I was actually, I was doing the whole edit the photos in Lightroom, export them into a folder. It'll be here. I'll find that for you. Not Beck Holder Photography, desktop. Okay, I'm just going to go over here. Sorry, welcome to my messy computer. Beck stuff, scrapbooking, Project Life. So where am I? I'm 2016. So I would try and work kind of in weeks. So here I can see from my planner that in 2016, week 16, I've dumped the pictures. So if I go here, you can see these are the photos that I wanted to include for that week, or that I would consider using for that week. So I would edit these then. They've already been edited in Lightroom. So I would then come into Picasa, which is a free program, and I would create, it's a bit hard to do it with one hand. I would create a picture collage, a 4x6 one, and that would be my 2 3x4s. So that's how I was doing editing before. And then I could add text. So I still do use this program to add text. It's a really simple, basic program, but it works for me for what I need. I don't feel like I have the headspace or the emotional space at the moment to learn Photoshop, even though I use Lightroom, which is part of that Adobe suite. I just don't have the headspace at the moment to learn Photoshop. However, this, now that I use Lightroom, is all of a sudden so much easier. So I'll show you how I arrange myself now. So last night I sat down and I worked on my last few weeks of Project Life from 2018, and all these ticks mean that I've got I'm ready to edit now. So I was still saying picture dump. That's changed in 2018. The page is planned and my photos are edited. So all I need to do is print the photos, put them in pockets, and finish off the journaling. I hear children coming. Yes, Dar? Yep, just press play. It's on pause. Lamington, they're not ready yet. Here are the girls. They're not ready yet.
Check.
You can check, but I don't think they're ready yet, Lara Lou. So, for example, if we look at week 48. I know that I can create a new smart collection. If you've got Lightroom, this is really easy for you. It's the only way I can do it, Sue. So if I go into here, this is week 16. So I'm going to edit my smart collection. Does anyone here have Lightroom? If you do, just say, yes, I have it. They're not frozen yet, Sam? Oh, bud. I'm just... You can watch Trolls, but you just whacked your arm, didn't you? So in Lightroom, if I say I'm doing week 48, I can look at the dates and I see that's November the 27th. Sorry. So does that mean, Sue, does that mean that you have Lightroom as part of your subscription, as part of the suite? I think it does. If you've, oh goodness gracious, 2017. Because I've purchased Lightroom as a standalone product, but a lot of people don't do that. And if you've got, if you have Photoshop, like if you're ordering it through the cloud, yeah. So after seeing this, you might think it's a good idea. You might not. You might just say, no, it's too much trouble for me. But if you're catching up on things, I found this to be really helpful. What I'm doing is I'm making a smart collection. So this is week 48 of last year. So I've selected any photo that has a rating of 5-star, and that's, for me, I go through my photos and I say, right, I'm going to 5-star the photos that I think I could use in Project Life. And then I select the range. So this is the week range. So if I now go to week 48, I can see there's 127 photos, which is really too many. But these are the photos that I've flagged as photos that I might use for Project Life. So if I then go into print, which is up the top, what I've done is I've created these templates. So these are, it just goes with what I did last. So I'll get rid of those. And I then, so it's a bit of a process. And I know that this sort of thing doesn't work for everyone. But for me, when I work backwards, I need to see where I'm coming from. So this is 48. You can see that my daughter has a play in my section. So this is the page for that week. And I then go here and I say, okay, I am going to drag and drop. Here's a 4x6. So I would like to put that into my album. That will be one of my pages. And then I'm going to make, say, 2 4x3s. And there they are. I've set it with a border, so that what used to happen in Picasa was that I would have a border around the whole photo and in the middle, but it wasn't, if I cut it in half, it would make this side fatter, that side fatter, and that uneven. So now, because I've got the border around each individual photo, I can slice that in half, and both of those 3x4s will have an even border around the outside. And then when I print at Harvey Norman or Officeworks, I print with border, because often the bleed is such that it doesn't work if I say no border. But when I say the border, it respects the border that I've already got. And so this is what I do. If I would like to do something a bit different, like have a different collage, because if you know me, I add way too many photos, but that's just how I roll. I just drag these pictures in however I want them, and it makes it super duper easy to now all of a sudden I've got my collages. Yeah, it's so fast. So Renee, who's the Red Wren, Renee Jones, taught me how to do this, and it has changed my life. Oh, speaking of Wren, she's just joined. So this really changed my ability to catch up quickly. When Ren showed me how to do these smart collections and how to set up in the print module to do this, it has been absolutely, like, it's made all of a sudden catching up with Project Life just does not feel overwhelming. Doing my weekly layouts it seems so much faster and quick. It's not stressful for me anymore. And then when I'm done, I just go print to file. It's back in Beck Photography. And I just export. I've got a print folder, and I just stick it in there and I export it, and the photos are there in 4x6 ready to go. I did the same thing with my December daily. And that's how it works. There you go. Sue Wren's buying your calendar at the moment. That's good. So that's how I work. So the last few nights I've been staying up way too late to finish off my 2017. So I've got now, the photos are all ready to go. My pages, cards are pretty much there. You can watch the movie, darling. You press play on the machine. And so that's done. My 2018 is ready to go. You can see I've slightly changed the labels now. So I say plan for page. So that's this. Photos are ready to print. That means that they're at this stage where all that editing and collaging is done. They're printed. They're in pockets. The stories are told. Getting the photos ready in Lightroom. Excuse me. I'm just gonna cover this because my little son Sam is running around in his undies today, because that's what you do on school holidays on a warm day. Trolls, is it, Sam? Yeah. Yes, please. Yep, Lightroom. Did the other girls want to watch as well? Not yet? All right, I'll pause it, and when they're ready, you run down and you say, I'm about to watch Trolls, girls. And when you're ready, you press that triangle button. Yes, so cute, running around in little Bonds trunks. Yep, so I've got my 2018 ready to go. I've got I think I'll probably have 2 spreads for the first week, just because it's 2 birthdays for us and an anniversary and holiday time. So that will be 2 pages, and then I may have another few 2-page spreads for the first few weeks of January, and then it will be back just to a double spread each week. But this is on my blog. I just print it usually back to back, and so I get 4 pages there. Hey Lara Lou, can you not spray that around, darling? And then I tick it off as I go. So this morning I spent some time looking at my album from 2016, saying, wow, I've really got buttloads of that to do. And the weeks that I haven't done, I have created one of these for each. And some of them I've snuck in some journaling at the time. So this is journaling about Sam was particularly snuggly. We went rolling down the hill somewhere till he had a sleepover. So that's cards that I know are already in my album. So I'll think, okay, if there's photos that I've tagged, I'll probably put a photo about the sleepover there, or a photo about Sam being all snuggly or whatever. So that just means I don't need to have my big album next to me as I'm working on it. And yep, this is all of the weeks that I've got to catch up on from 2016. So I can feel a bit smug that I've got 2017 done, but don't you worry. 2016 is a whole other ball game, as is 2015. So I started off well, then I had a little spurt, then I had a 2-week spurt, and then I pretty much stopped. And it was just because it felt too overwhelming. It was so much work to go back and forth the way I was doing it. But now I'll be able to get it done. I worked back and did quite a few weeks from 2017 last year in a big chunk, and last night these 3 weeks here were Easter and totally familiar. I know we all understand. Am I back? Sorry, my phone rang. Someone was trying to call. Just do something if I'm still here. Am I still here? I will stop this. Oh, good. Sorry. So what was I saying? That's right. These weeks were overwhelming. This was a big road trip we did to Robe. This was the end of our holiday, and it was Easter, and then this was Week in the Life. So I had a real emotional block about handling these weeks, because there was just so much that I knew I needed to include in those weeks. But last night it took a while because there are so many things that I wanted to include in them. But see here, I've got 2 pages of that week. There are some collages, but I've sort of worked out, okay, I'll do a little journaling per day, and then I've got 2 4x6 and a 3x4 picture for each day. Hopefully I'll get these photos printed tomorrow, and I'll put them in tomorrow, and I'll pick them up on Sunday. The reason being, I will go to Harvey Norman to print these instead of Officeworks. I've been going to Officeworks lately because it's a little bit cheaper and they're instant. Harvey Norman, I think the quality is better, but the issue is that it can take such a long time for them to get their act together and to actually for them to serve you, and then you have to go back to get them or wait at least an hour. But when you print at Harvey Norman, they have the number of the photo on the back. So in my, when I set up to print, I have got, to print, I name them. So like week 14A, so that is the page, the week that they belong to, week 51, week 52. So I just then look on the back of the photo and I say, okay, that's for week 14B, that's for week 50, that's for week 36, and I just know exactly where to slip it in. It's easier.
Will they be ready yet?
Very soon, Laura. We'll check in 5 minutes. They're frozen lamingtons and they are very, very excited to eat them. So that just makes it faster if I go to Harvey Norman. So I'll go there tomorrow. I will choose to have the next day processing because it will cost me half the price, and I'm going to have lots of photos to print. It is very annoying that Officeworks don't do that, Ren. And it, between that and the photos being that semi-gloss that I don't love, I don't mind it because it's cheap and it's fast, and I'd rather done them perfect. But when I'm doing a lot of photos working back, I prefer to have, I need to have the names on the back of the photos, and I really like their matte quality as well. So that's where I'm at. I hope that helped. Oh, that's good. 50 free prints at Harvey Norman. Online or in store? I find their online printing, I've had online printing done through Harvey Norman and it was really rubbish. That was my experience. The colour was really off, unfortunately. So it took them a long time to get them back to me. So I always print in store. Their photo books though have been fine, and I do little photo books. Hello, Tilly. Yeah, 4 minutes. No, they're sealed. I've got Like and Design now. This is fun, seeing all these lovely people. Teresa. So you'll see, Teresa, this is where you can see that I don't do Photoshop. My hybrid scrapping is really simple Lightroom. This is a Harvey Norman book. So using the app, I'm sure I've shown these before. So I find that Harvey Norman are great. Their online photo books are fine, but I found that their printing of 4x6 or whatever was not great for colour. But in store, they've been great. I think that's probably all for me, unless there's any questions that anyone has. I might let these kids have some frozen lamingtons because it's very exciting. I'm not sure how long I've been talking for, but yeah, so I've spoken about getting organised for the year, how I guess my process in, love to, Ren. My process for working back in time, and also my process for just working ahead in terms of keeping track and using my planner to work that through. Pleasure, Sue. Anytime at all. I'm kind of stumbling through this. I've always used Lightroom for editing for my professional work, and I love it. And I love the way that I can tag photos, but using it for fun is awesome. Yes, I can. Oh, I thought I said... Yeah, I said 3 minutes until they're ready. Don't you love it? Oh my goodness, look at this, everyone. lamingtons that we've frozen to make them extra delicious. One for you, Lyra Lou, come over here. One for you, Sam. Tilly, can you please use the one that you touched? They are semi-frozen. What do I hear you all say?
Thank you.
Pleasure. Parenting for the win. Yeah, they're pretty good. Apparently the packet says they're best shared with friends, so how can we complain? Okay. Can I save this? Yes. Does that just that I save it onto my stories so that you can watch it within the next 24 hours? Is that what you mean? Dip them in the custard. It's so funny. I bought some custard, chocolate custard on, like, you know, get rid of it because it's about to go rotten in the next few days. Clearance. And it was delicious, but I found it very, very sweet. There's a few of us that just chat to each other on Facebook Messenger, and I said it's delicious but really sweet. And Ren said it's not that sweet. It probably wouldn't taste as sweet next to the lamingtons, I reckon, Ren. Okay, I will save this and share it as part of my stories. I don't know, can we save these as a video and post it to a blog? Because I'm a bit lazy and don't really want to type this all up in a blog post, but if I could share it as a video in a blog post, it would have a permanent record. I don't know if you can do that. Teresa, I do layouts in the app just for fun. I did a layout, so sometimes, let me show you. Sometimes for a Project Life week, if I've got a lot of photos about something specific, like a certain day that's happened here. So these were photos that my daughter Tilly took one day. This is when she was 3. Just on the iPhone, I used the app to make a page, and I just print it on a 4x6 and slip it into Project Life. Tilly, holder. So that's how I use the app. And then I also use the app. I did it for Week in the Life last year because I would actually do it if I did it in the app. And sometimes for like a small holiday. We went on a family holiday up to Cairns to visit friends, and every night I'd sit down and I would do a couple of pages in the app. And when I got home, I just printed them through Harvey Norman, not through the app, because you couldn't do it through the app at that stage and the printing cost was so exorbitant. Anyway, that's how I've done the app. But I do physical Project Life rather than the app, and I just hybrid it, so using digital photos and some digital cards, some Ali cards, some things from bits and pieces is what I do. Is there anything else? It would be very good if we could do it, Ren. Alright, I'll sign off. I'll save it so that you can watch the rest later on, and I'll see if I can export it, see what I can do. Thanks all for watching. And I will speak to you soon. Happy scrapping. Bye.